Well, people, it is not hot fun in the summertime. It is a cold day in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota's back in the headlines, where a woman was struck here after she allegedly tried to run over an ICE agent. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, wherever you are. My name is Franchise Pearson. Welcome to Franchise Blue. What day do we have? Wednesday? Well, let's see. We have Wednesday the 7th, 1/7 of 2026. I have 3:15 in the p.m. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Lord, send your angels. Send your Holy Spirit to cover us as we embark upon another day, because we are one day closer to thy coming. People, I have done the research on this for a couple of hours, and it is a made-for-TV drama. I do not believe the story. Now, just add your information to my information. You make your own decision. But I put it up against the 5 C's of clues, the codes, the colors, their comprehension time conclusion. And I've concluded they have made a made-for-TV drama. And it reflects history past. Many times that is what's happened. Yet, I'm going to be specific because I see George Floyd, I see JFK, I see Donald Trump, and I see the future of America, all wrapped up in this story. And it just looked like fake news to me. It just made it up. So what am I talking about? Well, let's go with the headline. Minneapolis mayor demanding ICE leave the city after woman is struck here, and she's unalive now, by ICE agents. The DHS has stated the woman tried to run over ICE agents in her car. Witnesses posted videos saying the woman was attempting to flee when an agent unalived her. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry is, quote, demanding that ICE leave the city and state immediately, unquote, following the fatal shooting of a 37-year-old woman by ICE agents on Wednesday morning. It happened between 10 and 11. She's 37. We'll get into that. We stand by immigrants and refugee communities. Know that you have our full support, he continued in his statement. And this happened on 34th and Portland Avenue. When I thought about 34th and Portland, my signals went up. I immediately thought about the George Floyd situation and the Portland situation over the last year. Portland had a lot of demonstrations last year in Minnesota. And of course, the situation, the George Floyd situation happened there in Minnesota as well. And I'm like, I think they're related. And I believe they are. Made for TV drama. So I'm going to show you the crowd that had gathered, and then the overhead crowd as well. Check it out.
Of the people screaming on the ground. And we have been hearing, some of these protesters yell at these officers that have been here the last few hours or so. But for the most part, it was peaceful, at least within the last couple of hours. We did see a lot of chaos, though. That was around, 11 o'clock?
In the 11 o'clock hour. Do we have that aerial shot again? You guys, can we go? Oh, okay, then we lose the audio. So the audio we're hearing is from that sort of on the ground shot. And then this is just that aerial. But I think if we could just stay on this for a moment, unless there's something happening on our ground shot, we'll just kind of stay on this for a moment and watch.
And it looks like they're holding up a sign as well. I'm not able to see from
Flag or a sign of some sort.
this perspective, yeah, but you can see that red sign there. Not sure what it says.
Continuous protests, snowballs thrown at ICE, and other objects thrown at ICE, breaking their windows, getting rowdy, things I cannot show you. I'll put a few videos in the link. Now, what happened was that Imagine an officer it was a Honda Civic the lady was driving. ICE officers trying to open the door, get her to roll down the window. Another officer to the left of him, and another officer was in front of her vehicle. Well, she hit the accelerator. He literally went, boom. You see the smoke coming out. And it struck her here. To me, that's JFK. That's all it is. And I'm going to show you how it all connects in my world. So that's basically how I see it. And I'll put that video in the description as well. Here's the news report on it.
I'm going to interrupt you. We just got a statement from ICE, and I'm just going to read it to you live. It says, today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them, an act of domestic terrorism. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. They go on to say he used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. The alleged perpetrator was hit and is deceased. Thankfully, the ICE officers who were hurt are expected to make a full recovery. This is the direct consequence of constant attacks and demonizing of our...
So, this is the vehicle, Honda Civic. There's the ICE officer, and there's the officer who drew his weapon and fired the blow. Okay? I got the license plate, but I couldn't figure it out. But I do have, it does say JK6. I think it's W30, but JK be like John Kennedy. Do you follow me? That's how I look at it. JK, and you'll see why I believe it's John Kennedy. Because again, right in the head. Now, once this person crashed, this is the car that crashed. That's the one where the lady was hit. There's a white car and a red car. Look at the license plate of that red car. Now, it's 3 cars. This is the car where the person was unalive, ran into the pole. They also ran into the back of the white car. And the white car hit the red car. Look at this. K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. So KKC 389. K is 11, another K is 11, that's 22, plus C is 3, that's 25, plus 3 is 28, plus 8, 36, plus 9 is what? 45. Who's the 45th president? I tell you, is that a coincidence? Made for TV drama, baby. It's all good. I'm gonna show you some other stuff. Here's the mayor. New acting career, what you think?
There is an investigation that is conducted in full, but what we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. So, they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
Now here's a blow up of this. I'll put this video in the description. This is the most detailed video on the network that I found out so far. This is the vehicle. Here's the ICE officer. And this is the officer that fired his weapon. Straight through, striking the person in the head. It's deep, y'all. Now, let's go to the actual wreckage itself. The wreckage itself, it's smashed up, very much so. I want to get it at this exact point. See, it's all smashed up from the back. Okay. The impact, like I said, I can't show certain things. Other networks are going to show you. I will show you in part the vehicle. The vehicle is burgundy. The vehicle is burgundy. Okay. Like in the purple family. Remember I told you guys about the colors. Phoenician. Okay. And it's a Honda Pilot. Next we have Portland had a lot of unrest this past summer. You guys probably remember a lot of demonstration going on. Now, this made me think about the George Floyd situation. Here is Derek Chauvin, the one who's in prison right now for having the knee on the neck of George Floyd. That's his birthday, March 19th. That's the officer. Now watch this. March 19th, 2026, birthday, versus, and that's the anniversary of his birthday, versus today's date, you get 216. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. That's Barack Obama's birthday. Was it orchestrated? And now let's look at the past in relation to Derek Chauvin and a license plate as well. Look at this. Turn the volume up, and we'll go back again. Okay, cue it up, right? Pearson, cue it up. George Floyd. That's his death date, May 25th, 2020. George Floyd's death date. This is him, the vehicle, JRB. Allegedly, Joseph Robinette Biden, 026. Take 2/6/2025 from 5/25, his death date of 2025, you get 319. What is 319? Remember him? That's his birthday. I said that's his birthday. It's deep, y'all. You know where I'm at. Check me out. So on the back of the vehicle that George Floyd was driving, the initials going left to right say JRB, like Joseph Robinette Biden. Joe Biden, that's his name. Joseph Robinette Biden. Is that coincidence? Then it says 026 for the numbers. I took 26 like a date, February 6th, and subtracted from the date that George Floyd died, and I got the officer's birthday, Derek Chauvin, his birthday. That's what I'm saying to you. This license plate on the vehicle that was shot at JK, John Kennedy. Then the 6 is like death, right? You go 6 feet under when you die, right? When you're buried. JK, Joseph Kennedy, or Jack Kennedy, or John Kennedy. His name is John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So John Kennedy, 6 feet under. The W3, I haven't figured that out. So I say allegedly, But again, the car that I showed you, the third car in line, that car, that's the car that was where they unalived that person, then the white car, then the red car. And that license plate come out to 45. Trump's the 45th president. Are they trying to tell us something in the future? You bet they are. It's all staged. Now, here's George Floyd's birthday, October 14th. Take that date, October 14, 2026, George Floyd's next birthday. From today's date, you get 9/11. How many times have you seen 9/11 the last month since I've been doing these videos? A 9/11 is coming. They take events to show you future events. They take events to show you past historical events. I just put it together because they're speaking. I get those comments or slow down on the numbers. What do you think I was called to do on the planet? This is what I do. Do you pay your bills? You pay your bills with numbers, right? When you do transactions over the phone, you do numbers, right? When you go to when you do the Cash App, you do numbers. Go to the grocery store, use numbers. But I got people criticizing me. Slow down on the numbers. Sorry, numbers speak. And we're not educated. Oh, the devil, he's into numerology. That's the devil. God made the world through numbers. He made us on the 6th day. Come on, man. I'm not running from my gift. Some people just need to grow up. Stop being so scared of this media blast, because that's what it is. If they can scare you from learning this, you'll stay ignorant. That's as blunt as I can be. If you can stay ignorant, they got you. You need to be aware of what's really going on. I'm not slowing down. I'm just getting started. We're about to go to glory, people. I got to tell folks about the goodness of the Lord. This is my peculiar way of doing it, okay? I ran from my gift, but I understand what I need to do. So, they said she was 37 years old. 37th day of the year is February 6th, 37th day of the year. They speak without speaking. February 6th, 2025, last year, versus today's date, gives you 111. What is 111? Pope Francis died on the 111th day of the year, April 21st. I call that snake eyes because of the one. We're back in the Garden of Eden, God told me about a year ago. See the slit in the eye of the snake? One. He the one causing all this mischief. Just like he did in the garden. Then look, here's JFK's birthday, May 29th. Show you how it all come together. Anniversary, JFK's birthday last year, May 29th, versus today's date. The difference is 7/13. That's July 13th. What happened on July 13th? Fake and shake. Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. I got hit in the ear. Another made for television drama. And they're going to play it. They're going to play another one out again. They're playing with us. But they're telling you it's going to happen again. He'll be somewhere playing golf. Ain't nothing going to happen to him. Nothing. He's just playing theater. He's playing this game. He's playing this game right in front of us. The Bible says, Matthew 24, deception be so strong, if God didn't shorten the days, even the very elect would be deceived. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. Now look at this. November 22nd, 2025, the anniversary of JFK being slain. Subtracted from today's date gives you 47 days. Come on, man. You already saw the license plate say 45. Now I take JFK anniversary of being slain from last year versus today, give you exactly 47 days ago. 47? Who's 47? All this coincidence? Told y'all, they playing. Then look, the mayor, who was just talking all that, the mayor, Jacob Fry, look at his birthday, July 23rd, 1981. July 23rd, 2026, he got a birthday coming up. Subtracted from today gives you 622. What happened on 622? That's when we bombed Iran. Operation Midnight Hammer. They tell you what's happening. What did Trump say in his video yesterday? 5/14/36. That's Israel. Israel became a nation on 5/14. They're going to continue to give us clues. Thank God for this gift of clues, codes, colors. The comprehensive conclusion ain't nothing but acting. They hire hundreds of people to pull off these type of stunts. Hollywood directed. You don't mind a few cars crashing and carrying on. And I just put it together. It's a story within a story. And again, they do future past simultaneously. Average person has no clue, but because you're part of this channel, you're seeing it. And if you've seen enough of my videos and you are a doubter, at this point, I'm sure you're like, wow, it's making sense now. Or you can stay a skeptic. But it's coming. The biggest event of all is coming. Unaliving Donald Trump. And they keep featuring Kennedy. They featured Lincoln last year. I've been connecting it all. They connected Ronald Reagan today from his son dying on January 4th. He's the first mega. Trump's the second mega. Make America great again. Like I told y'all a few days ago. Thank God for the revelation. Making America great is a side hustle, baby. Arguably, Trump's family has made more money than any other family, than any other presidential family. The only one that come close, I would think, would be Halliburton. and that's Dick Cheney. He was vice president. To be in Washington, D.C., it's a cash cow, baby. Folks getting paid. If I had the time and the staff, if I was making a couple of $100,000 a year and I could do the research, because I've seen it off and on since I've been researching and reading just like you have. How many politicians, when you read their biography, they're worth millions of dollars. They went in there living. Think about it. Congressmen and senators went to Washington, D.C., having student loan debt and everything else, and then they died millionaires. Think about what I'm saying to you people. It's a cash cow. Making America great is a cash cow. And folks are benefiting, especially Donald Trump. We've been suckered. We've been lied to. They know our heart and our soul and our mind and our will is to make the most out of our daily lives, to try to get the country back to where it should be. I want it too. I've always wanted that. I've shown you my receipts. I've been doing the patriotic thing since I was 16, 17, when I celebrated the 200-year anniversary back in 1976. My whole room was red, white, and blue. Liberty Bell, everything. Lincoln parchment paper, all that. Then God showed me it ain't gonna last too much longer. He showed me the end of the days of America. It was a beautiful experiment, but the country was never made for you and me. It was made for the one worlders, the 1%. This is the base, the harlot, to impregnate every country and nation on earth with their demon activities in one way or another, as they tell us about the red, white, and blue and patriotism. We live up to our end, but they don't live up to theirs. I'm Friendship Pearson. I told you the truth. If you want to help the channel, you can. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. You can screenshot this and a love offering. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. I also have a P.O. box. You can mail a love offering. God bless you. Take a screenshot. Thank you very much, and God bless you and your family.